Welcome to another edition of the George Kell Motor Company Auto Showcase in Newport, Arkansas, the center of the universe. I am your host, David Black, and this is my friend John G. Pennington, number 64 in your program and number 1 in your heart. How's it going, Mr. Pennington?
Oh, I thought my dad came back around again. You scared me there for a second.
How's John G?
Yeah, well, you know, here it is now. Look, you know, last several times, you know, we had on shorts and sunglasses, and now we've gone to phase 2, option long breeches and a raincoat. Won't be long. Well, hopefully we'll be standing in the snow. Well, I hope we get some snow this year, don't you?
I love snow.
Axle deep to a Ferris wheel.
Yeah, let it get up there.
Let her
high.
hammer.
Yeah, my wife loves snow, and I love for it to snow. I love to watch it snow. I love to watch it accumulate, and then the next day I'm kind of like,
well, when it starts melting and gets slushy, that's kind of bad. But anyway, hopefully it'll happen, and that's not up to us. But we got vehicles that you can drive in the snow if we have to. We got them for anybody. So we're going to show some vehicles today, and pretty good array of vehicles right now. Starting to get lots of 2021s in now, Yukons and Tahoes. Boy, they're beautiful vehicles.
They are beautiful.
Yes, I thought they were big to start with, but now they're bigger than they were on the inside, more room. Spacious, great-looking vehicles, and as soon as they hit the ground, we sell them.
You know what is amazing to me, John, is the technology that goes in on an automobile compared to 3 or 4 years ago, just a couple of years ago, to 10 years ago, to 20 years ago. I mean, it's just amazing what the technology has done in this world, and it's right in the automobile industry also. Technology is rampant.
Well, you know, everybody that has children, they want to have a DVD player in the back because the kids can watch a movie when you're on the road. Well, now you don't have a remote control for those. You did have a remote that you used to change the channels and do all that. Now you use your cell phone, and you can do Netflix and all this stuff off your phone, watch movies, and not have a remote. And in the new DVDs in the back seats of these vehicles, you can also screen the navigation. So if you want to see where you are and where you're going and how far you are, even the people in the back can see the navigation. So that's a pretty cool deal. It's just amazing what they do.
I've seen some times when I needed to ride into the back. I don't know that I could see when I got back there, but sometimes you just have to ride in the back.
Well, I've told you about going to Tracy, California in '56 in a '56 Ford station wagon, no air, no radio.
Ooh.
Got to Fort Smith, and I saw some big buildings, and I said, "Dad, are we there?" And he turned around and he said, "Don't ask me again. I'll tell you when we get 3 days." Route 66, man.
Is that right?
Yeah, he said, "Don't ask me again. I'll tell you when we get there." And now you watch movies, heated and cooled seats, power folding seats, everything you could ever want in a vehicle. They cost a lot of money, but they're a lot of vehicle. They're very safe. They're spacious. They're fantastic. And we're proud to be the GMC dealership around these parts. And boy, we sell a lot of cars all over this place, except for the Horsehead Nebula. I bring that up again just to make my son mad.
That's up there?
Over there.
It's right up there?
Over there.
That's way up there too, isn't it?
It's up, just over these lights. Just right on top of those night lights, right? Just on top of those.
That's a big sky up there.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, it is. Hey, we want to take just a second and thank everybody that's commented on our shows that we do. We have a lot of fun doing. We sell a lot of cars, and there were a lot of comments about old Joe Miles being on last week. I got calls from attorney brothers all over the state and other states about it. They were glad to see that somebody had a little bit of class. I said, well, me and David got a little bit of class, and they said, yeah, very little, but Joe had all the class, you know, the way he dresses and everything. But a lot of comments on last time's show, and we kind of scrambled trying to get this one going because of the weather, but we do have 9 vehicles we're going to talk about and kind of chit-chat about the car industry as a whole. So if we're ready to go, we'll start off with this.
Let's go, my friend. Let's go.
You know, we've had some of these little Buick Encores. We've sold a plethora of those. And I always ask you, you know, this is red, but it's named after a berry. Do you remember what color this is called? You're right, it's winterberry.
I'm stumped.
Winterberry. Dadgum,
I was going to say Quisenberry. Dan Quisenberry is the first thing that came to mind.
I'm not staying in.
He's a baseball pitcher.
I know who he was.
Dan Quisenberry.
19 Buick Encore. Got about 32,000 miles. Still got a lot of warranty left on it and everything. It's a Buick Encore. Great little car. We've sold a bunch of them. They're great for running around. The seats fold flat. They're safe, 5-star rating. Great little car to run around in, especially if you own a business, you need to do some delivery and all that kind of stuff. We've still got some new ones on the lot. This was a trade-in. Lady bought another one. So it's a 19 Buick Encore, 32,000 miles, great gas mileage, great little car, $17,995.
John, I'm 64 years old, and when I tell the audience, they say, well, you know, I really love Buicks, and they'll say, well, yeah, it's because you're 64 years old. Well, I've driven them for about 20 years, and I've always liked Buick, and I think Buick right now is one of the finest automobiles that you can buy anywhere in the country. I love the Buick. I love the design. I mean, it's a retro-looking vehicle, and those things ride and drive down the road.
Everybody thinks that in their minds they have that sense of it's a jelly bean, stodgy, roundy looking car. And you know, GM did a study and they took this part off the car and it didn't show that it was a Buick.
Right.
And they had it online, and they had a bunch of other different cars out there. They did an Enclave, and they did one of the Envisions and other things, and people said, God, that's a great looking car. Great looking car. What do you think it is? I don't know. It looks like it. What is that, a Lexus or Infiniti? And they kept saying all that stuff, and then they said a Buick.
That's right.
Well, they don't look like the old cars, like the old ones that your mom and dad drove and all those, and they were great cars for the time, but the Buick does not look like that anymore. You see them all up and down the highway. In fact, we're going to show another Buick in a minute, the bigger version. Come out and drive this little car. Let's get you in it. We'll work with you, get your interest rate where you want it. If you need to buy an extended warranty, you intend to keep this thing a long time, we'll do everything we can to make it exactly what you want when you come to George Kell Motors.
John, we'll move on to the second car, and you know, you talk about making everything that we make everything right here from the very beginning of the process of buying an automobile, from either the initial phone call or the initial text message or email, whatever the case may be. From that process, through the buying process and through the end of the line process, when you get through with your automobile and you come back and start that process again, we do it right at George Kell Motor Company.
We do. No, you know, and one thing at Dean, and I've been here coming to 17 years, no games, no gimmicks.
Right.
Come see why your friends and neighbors have bought their car at George Kell Motors. We try to do it right, and again, we're not one of these dealerships, and sometimes we get chastised for it. We don't run out in front of you and lay on your hood and do all that stuff. We try to catch you. If you don't stop, a lot of times we don't come out. We figure if there's something you want, you'll come in and ask us about it, or you'll stop and get out. But if you're just cruising around, a lot of times we don't mean to ignore you. We just think you're not ready to talk to somebody. But if you get ready, come on in and see us.
I was just going to say, sometimes you go to the city dealerships and they'll have these golf carts, and they'll have people, a couple of salespeople in a golf cart, and then one of them get out and they'll zoom around and they'll run you down and they'll
trap you.
Yeah, and trap you in and make you feel really uncomfortable. And you don't feel uncomfortable when you come to George Kell Motor Company. But if we're not out here, give us a call and say, hey, look, I'm out here on the North 40. Can you come help us?
Well, that's kind of the way we've been since I've been here a long, long time. We're not trying to ignore it. It's not that we don't care. We just figure if you're driving around and you don't have your windows down, you're just kind of looking, we just kind of leave you alone. And then if you'll roll your window down and scream, holler, wave at us or whatever, we'll come work with you. But you're out there driving around and the window's up for a reason.
That's exactly right.
And we try to honor that.
Jeep, John, Jeep.
It is.
For a long time, there have been Jeeps.
One of the original SUVs, man, and they came out for the Army, the old Jeep. And great vehicles. We sell a lot of them. This is an 18 Jeep Compass Trailhawk, 4-wheel drive. It's got about, how many miles this guy got on it? I didn't even write it down. Not very many. Anyway, it's got rear camera. Yeah, 44,000 miles. It's got that traction selection in there for snow, sand, mud, rocks. Kind of just the chassis and everything for the condition that you're driving in. For 21.8, it's a lot of vehicle. They always look really good, the blacked out hood, real noticeable. You see that? Mm-hmm. You see them up and down the road, looks like a race car. It's trail rated because it says so right there.
It does, doesn't it?
If it didn't say trail rated right there, I wouldn't have said that.
That's right.
I would have said it ain't trail rated. But it is because it says it is. 18 Jeep Compass Trailhawk, 4-wheel drive. Slick times are coming. We've been talking about snow. We don't need a lot of ice.
That's right.
We don't need a lot of ice. Right. But we won't, it'll get slick pretty soon. So take a look at this one. Come drive it, 21.8. Great little car. We sell a lot of them. And we can sell you a warranty for this car. We're not a Jeep dealer, but we can certainly take care of you, whatever we need to do if you have a problem.
I was going to ask about them. But I was going to, but I wasn't going to.
Yeah, you wanted to.
Tell me, I wanted to ask you about them.
We're still doing the free windshield wipers, and if it's an SUV, the one in the back, It's
Absolutely
included.
free.
It's a threefer.
No charge.
No charge for the windshield.
John G. Pennington, George Kell Motor Company. We're moving on to the next car, and it's amazing that Dean Sides for many, many years has allowed you guys to do this with the free windshield wipers. And I know the air conditioning is not something that you use a lot of times during the course of the year, but I guess that's always included in the price also.
Most of the vehicles that we sell have an air conditioner and a rock and roll radio.
Yes, sir.
We have not been fortunate enough to find any with a 4-track or an 8-track tape player. We're still on the hunt. Hadn't found one yet, but if we find one, we'll certainly let our audience know that we have one with an 8-track.
Do you have 8-track tapes somewhere stored in your home?
Yes, I still do have some, and cassettes.
Yes.
And we've said it before, when the cassette came out, I thought, we're done.
This is history.
There'll
baby.
never be anything better than this. And then they came out with a CD.
Right.
And now they're coming back out with vinyl records again.
I knew that.
Yeah,
I knew that.
yeah.
But most of it's just up in the air.
Yeah.
Most
yeah,
of it just,
yeah. It's just
Wi-Fi.
unbelievable what they're doing, yeah. Everything's just in the air. I don't know how that works.
We're at George Kell Motor Company. We have a lot of fun. John G., tell me about this crew pup.
Brand new. We've got 3 or 4 of these. This is a brand new 2020 GMC Terrain. It's got lane departure, forward collision alert, settings for snow and different things in it. This thing lists for $31,905. Now remember, it's a brand new one, $26,280. Okay, it's got heated cloth seats. It's got the power lift gate. $26,280. We just talked about an 18 over there that was $21,800. It's a 2020, no miles, full factory warranty, $26,280.
Well, you get a good comparison between
Yeah.
a previously owned one and a brand new vehicle with all the warranty. And that's what we like to do, is pick out those vehicles and let you make a comparison on which one that you'd like to have, which one you'd like to drive. You might save a few more dollars on a monthly payment on something like that, but for a few more dollars more, you can have a brand new vehicle.
That's right. Yeah, you get 2 years and all the warranty. You don't have any miles on it. Every mile you put on it's yours. But whatever you're looking for, however you want to be treated, whatever kind of vehicle you think is going to work, we'll do it. And we'll find it. We'll get Greg out there to look at the auctions and different places and find what you want. That's what he does for a living. He does a good job.
George Kell Motor Company. You can see our website and our telephone number at the bottom of the screen. We ask you to give us a call or to check us out on the website. We've got more vehicles to show you coming right up. John G., I would call it silver, but I'm sure there's something else that's...
Well, it's called Quicksilver.
I figured that.
You were half right as usual.
Yeah.
That's
You know, there's nothing wrong with being half right.
No, that's right, because you're only half wrong. That's right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I
That's
made
exactly right.
Positive, negative.
Is the cup half full or half empty?
It's always.
It is.
It is always.
It is.
You know, I'm going to tell you something. This is a quick story. I'm drinking a cup of coffee this morning, and I drank the coffee, and then I grabbed the cup, and the cup was still hot, and then I got to studying this cup, and I said, you know, what an ingenious idea that somebody put a handle on a coffee cup. What do you think about that? What an ingenious idea, because your hands don't get hot holding the coffee cup. Do we need to edit this part? That's all I got, John. That's all I got.
You know, I talk about a knife. I carry a knife, but there's one guy told me he had a bladeless knife without a handle.
He didn't
have nothing.
He didn't have nothing, did he?
It's like contact lens with a frame.
We're in George Kell Motor Company, and no, we're not going to edit this, because this is what we do. We have fun on this program.
Okay, here's a 2020 Buick Enclave. This is the top of the line for Buick. This is a 2020 program car. It's got about 43,000 miles on it. Great car. It's Quicksilver. It's got dark galvanized gray interior, heated leather, second row captain's chairs, remote start. It's got a third row seat. New one lists for about 50 something. You can buy this one for $31,800.
Wow.
Buick, you love Buicks, and they're the quietest, nicest ride we have. So if you're looking for one that's been gently used but is still in great shape, this might be your car. 2020 Buick Enclave Quicksilver with Gideon interior, great looking car. Come out and drive it. We'll do everything we can to put you in it. And you know, like I said, if you're going to keep this car for a long time, come out and see Charlie. He'll do an extended warranty for you. You know, you don't have to talk to me if you don't want to, and I wouldn't blame you if you did. But we got a lot of people in here. You know, you can talk to Tracy or Terry. You can talk to the Fresh Prince.
Yes.
You know, you can talk to Steve or Dean or Elliot or Lindy. You can talk to Chelsea. You can talk to anybody you want to out here. Harmony, you know, in the BDC. Just give us a call. Tell us what you want to do. Set up an appointment. You can do it all online. You know, that's what we say. there's so many ways to do this now in this world we live in. If you want us to bring your car and paperwork, we'll do it. If you want to do it all online, we can do it electronically, or you can come here and do it on site. Whatever you want to do, whatever makes you comfortable is what we'll do. Just give us a chance at George Kell Motors, and I think you'll like the way we do business.
John G., we're moving to the next vehicle, and it also is a GMC, and this is a different color. This is quite different, and you call this one
Satin Steel.
Satin Steel.
Satin Steel.
Right.
And this is an elevation edition of what we showed earlier. It's got the blacked out wheels, it's got the terrain, the wording and everything on it is blacked out. You can tell it's an elevation edition. You can get an elevation edition in several different General Motors vehicles, pickup trucks, and this one right here. It's a 2020 brand new one, lists for $32,900. You can buy this vehicle for $27,255. It's an odd number because of the rebate and our discount, but you're saving almost $5,800 off of MSRP. Brand new vehicle, power liftgate, front pedestrian alert, lane keep, lane departure, forward collision alert. It's black heated seats, remote start, just everything you'd want. Just a great car, great look. If you like the new look, a lot of young people love the dark. They love the black wheels and all that, the black mirrors, the wording on it's all black. Come out and drive it. It's an SLE, brand spanking new for $27,255.
Well, I'm going to say this because I know the answer to it. When we price brand new vehicles, we're taking invoice, we're getting rid of all rebate, blah, 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 blah. And that's where we come up with those numbers, because we don't take it and say, okay, this brand new car lists for $36,927 and we're going to sell it for $32,500.
Yeah.
We don't make them even numbers because we put it on the money. That's what we do. We price them to sell them, John.
That's right. We take all the rebate off, plus a little rebate that we have, and try to do it where people find if you price them wrong on the internet, you never get a call.
That's
right.
right.
If you just stick them up there at the sticker and say this car is for sale, you won't ever sell it. Come out and drive these little cars. They're all over the place. My wife drives one. She drives the old body style. She has a 17. Come out and drive this 2020 Elevation for $27,255. It's a great car.
John, we're going to move on to the next one. We're at George Kell Motor Company. We're at the center of the universe. We're in Newport, Arkansas, if you didn't know that by now. Now, this is something that's kind of it's unique. It's a little different. It does say Jeep on the front. It doesn't look like this Jeep down here on the end.
Right.
What is this particular unit right here?
It's an 18 Jeep Renegade Sport.
Okay.
It's a two-wheel drive. It's not four-wheel drive. It doesn't have, doesn't say trail rated and all that. It's more of a little run-around car. It's got about 38,000 miles on it. It's Alpine white.
Not just white.
It's not just white.
It's Alpine.
It's Alpine white.
Okay, I got you.
I don't know who Alpine was.
Or is.
I knew who Al Hertz was. Yeah. Anyway, 17.9 on this little guy right here. 18 Jeep Renegade Sport, 38,000 miles. Good looking little car. Come out and drive it. We'll do the extended warranty if you want to. Work hard to get you an interest rate that makes it comfortable for you. Come out and drive it. It's got good looking wheels. It's a Renegade, man, kind of like you.
A Renegade, brother.
Oh, you always been a Renegade.
I hear you, John G. George Kell Motor Company, center of the universe, Newport, Arkansas. We're moving on. John G., I love white trucks. I've always loved white trucks. I love black trucks, but I love this truck right here. Tell me about this unit.
This is one that somebody didn't need anymore.
Right.
One of those instances where they just said, would you buy this truck?
Right.
It's one of our customers, and they said, yes, we will. This is a 2020 Chevy Silverado. It's got 13,000 miles on it. It's a Z71. It's got spray-in bed liner. It's got gray heated cloth seats. It's got the power sliding window in the back, 20-inch wheels. It's got the lighted bed in the back. These things is up in the 50s. 13,000 miles, 42.8.
42.8.
It's got spray-in bed liner, Z71, good wheels. 13,000 miles, basically almost a new truck. Come out and drive it. It's a good buy for the money. And if you don't want to buy the new one and spend that kind of money, come out and look at this one. 42.8 on the 2020 Chevy Silverado with 13,000 miles.
John, I know that buying a pickup truck is a great investment regardless of the year that you buy it. If you take what you give for that truck, you take that price that you pay for this truck right now and you look at it a year from today, 2 years from today, 5 years today, or 10 years from today, and then you sell your truck at a price and look what you paid for that truck. And let me tell you what, you can drive them for not very much per year.
Well, you can. You can. Trucks just always hold their value. Trucks are the best. SUVs are second, and cars are not as, they don't hold their value as much. Where we live, we're in truck country.
Truck country,
and SUV,
baby.
That's right. Come out and drive this 2020 Chevy Silverado with 13,000 miles for $42,800. It's got heated gray cloth seats, Z71. It's got spray-in bed liner, power rear window, and all the stuff you need. Great truck.
And I'll say this as we move on to the next one, you talk about the heated cloth seats, and the Grant Black has one that has the heated cloth seats in it, and he came out of a truck that had leather in it, and he was really wanting leather, and then when he got the cloth seats, he likes the cloth better than he did the leather.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty neat, and you got to get down there, you got to drive that, you got to feel that, you got to feel a heated seat.
That's
it warms you up well.
And it's kind of like electric blanket. Leather is kind of cold to the touch.
Sure.
And that kind of thing takes a little while to warm up. You get into these heated cloth seats, man, they're nice. I think 2005 is when they started doing that. And I sold a truck to a guy, and he said, I'm enjoying, man, I love these heated cloth seats. I said, do what? I didn't know it was.
Right.
I really didn't. That's how good a salesman I am. But it was, and we sell a lot of those. This right here, I traded for this truck. This truck came out of right around Paragould over there.
Okay.
Actually, Marmaduke. 2018 GMC 1500 Denali. It's a Denali. It's got 35,000 miles on it.
Denali's top of the line.
That's top. There's nothing else better than that. It's got 35,000 miles. It's got the 6.2. It's got the power folding running boards. It's got navigation, heated and cooled seats. It's got all the safety options. Windows are already tinted. It's got vent shades on it. It's got a sunroof. It's an expensive truck. Guy works over there. Great guy. I'm glad I got to meet him, and he had nice things to say about all of us, which is always nice to hear. I don't hear it
and
that
unusual
much.
to hear too.
But hey, it was nice, and glad that he's liked the deal that he got. You'll like the deal that you'll get on this truck if you'll come and drive it and look at it. Might even want to take it home for a day. Whatever you need to do it. 18 GMC Denali with 35,000 miles for $45,800. A lot of truck for the money.
And you mentioned Marmaduke, and if a person comes from Marmaduke, they pass several dealerships along the way to get here.
That's true.
There's a reason the man got here.
That's right. That's exactly right. And he said he'd be back. He enjoyed it. It was an easy deal. It was a Saturday thing, and we made it work for him. So he said, I can't come till Saturday. He said, well, stay till you get here, whatever you need to do.
We started the show talking about the process, and it's the exact thing that you're talking about, the process of getting in an automobile from start to finish in the purchase of the vehicle. And that gentleman will be back, and he'll trade, and he'll be a lifetime customer
Well, we
of
hope
Kell
so.
Motor Company.
We took good care of him, and we're going to do that in the future. And by the way, I forgot to mention somebody a while ago when I talked about all the salesmen. I jumped over Dorsey Willman's head.
I mentioned him.
Did you mention him?
I did mention him.
Did you a while ago?
I did.
See, I never pay attention to what you're saying. And you don't pay any attention to what I'm saying.
What are you saying?
I have no idea.
I don't either. But I did know that you, well, I'm not going to get into that.
Okay.
I love you too much, man.
I know. We've been
John G. 64 in your program, one in your heart, Newport Greyhound. 10-0.
10-0.
Last Thanksgiving Day winner.
Barely. 46
Y'all
to
squeaked
nothing.
it out, didn't you?
Squeaked it.
I was there, man.
Yeah.
I was cheering my heroes
Yeah, I
on.
saw you using that baby chair.
I
saw you.
I was in the 6th grade chair.
Yeah, okay.
No, I was in the 7th grade chair.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, well, at least you were there.
I was there. I
Yeah.
don't think I missed a game.
Probably didn't.
No, sir.
Big times in our lives, no question.
It was that.
Let's look at this.
Okay, we're moving on down. We're at George Kell Motor Company, John G. Pennington. We enjoy doing the show, John. We like doing this show because first of all, we get to get on here and have a little fun, and people enjoy watching us have a little fun. But the most important thing is that we showing some vehicles, and we have other vehicles to show you. We're doing business. We do this for a reason. We want the folks to know what we've got to offer at George Kell Motor Company.
That's exactly right. And, we were starved for new inventory for a while, and we finally got some in, and we had a bunch of people looking for a truck just like this. This is a GMC. See, it's a 2500 heavy duty. It's got the new 6.6 V8 gas engine in it.
Okay.
Used to have the 6.0. They all had 410 gears. The gas mileage was about 12 miles a gallon, empty or loaded. Had a lot of torque and horsepower. This new one comes with 373 gears. Great new engine. We hadn't had any problems with it. Gas mileage is better, a lot better. This right here is a truck that lists for right at $46,000. It's got black vinyl, and if you looked in there, and I didn't tell you it was vinyl, you would tell me it's leather.
Is that right?
It is so good looking in this truck. It's stitched and all that kind of stuff. It looks just like leather, but it's vinyl. It's got a rubber floor mat in there, so you can wash it out with a water hose if you want to. It's a work truck, but it's got power windows and door locks and all those things that you need, power windows. It's got a spray-in bed liner. It's got the fifth wheel kit. It's already notched out in the back, so you can put a fifth wheel in there if you want to. That's already in there. Heated power mirrors, trailer brake controllers already in it, power windows. Buy this truck for $42,733. Again, it's a weird number because we're taking all the rebate off the car. So $42,700, you can buy this 2020 HD 4-wheel drive truck from GMC. It's a great truck.
These are popular. Yeah.
We had 6 or 7 come in. I think we got this one and one more, I think. So if you're looking for a deal on a heavy-duty truck with the 6.6 gas engine, pretty loaded up with the fifth wheel, we got this one and I believe one more. $42,733.
Some people like gas. Some people like the gas burner.
Some people don't want to pay the extra $10,000-12,000, you know, for the diesel.
That's right.
And if you don't need that, this thing's got a lot of torque and horsepower and a lot less money. Come get it.
3/4 ton, and what's the price?
$42,733.
That's a bargain.
It is, yeah.
That is a bargain.
You start looking at it and
Absolutely.
thinking about what it is. Big truck.
Big, heavy work truck.
Big, heavy work truck. It's a hoss, and that's what it's for, is to work.
John, we have more inventory, as I just mentioned, and you know, I look out here and I see different brands of vehicles that we have, and and again, we ask people, we'll buy it. You saw a truck earlier that we just bought. We'll buy your inventory. If you've got a good piece that you no longer need, you're wanting to sell, excuse me, one of your vehicles. If it's a low mileage, nice vehicle, I mean, we don't want something that's
we're not in the junk business. I mean, you know, it's not a salvage yard. But if you've got a nice vehicle that you no longer need, you would probably be surprised what it's worth right now. Bring it by here. We've surprised a lot of people.
Well, you talked about your truck. Talked about your truck just a couple of months ago.
$4,000 more in a year later. $4,000 more a year later.
Well, I do know this, that we invite you by to George Kell Motor Company. We're at the center of the universe. We say that because we mean that.
We really mean that. We think we are. And we're right off Highway 67, exit 85 in Tropway, Sassnacra.
Say it again.
Tropway, Sassnacra.
Which is?
Newport, Arkansas.
Backwards.
Hey, Tropway, Sassnacra. See how backwards.
He is John G. Pennington, and they've got a great sales staff at George Kell Motor Company, great management staff, great ownership, great service.
Yeah,
service that is second to none. If you're looking for a new home, or if you're a repeat customer, we know you're coming back, but if you're looking for a new home, we invite you to George Kell Motor Company in Newport, Arkansas. Our phone number and website's at the bottom of the screen. Thanks, folks.